So, with Naomi and Sasha walking out, there's been a lot of conflicting reports as to whether or not this is a work or legit. And Sean Ross Sapp, who is a very reliable source in the eyes of a lot of folks, basically said that this is legit. This is real. This is not a storyline. And, more information to come, if you will. But there are still people that believe it's a work, because one of the things that's tipping them off about it is, or makes them feel that way, not just tipping them off, but making them feel that way, is the fact that basically WWE put out a statement. They took pot shots at them last night on Raw. So, the question to them is, why is WWE denying that this is not a work? Or at least, why are they trying to make it seem like it's real? And I'll put it this way, and I think I said this in the other video. I'll put it this way. The reason WWE is doing this, if it is what some people assume it is, and that being a work shoot, if you will, is, WWE is known to pretty much go this route when they have the right kind of people in play. And if they feel Sasha and Naomi are the right kind of people in play that they need to make this work, to get eyes on their product, then so be it. But if we want to be serious about this, I wouldn't say serious, but if we want to look at this from a more realistic standpoint, let's take the work-shoot element, put it to the side. Let's take the work-shoot element, put it to the side, and let's look at it from a legit standpoint, from a realistic standpoint. No work shoot, nothing storyline-wise. Let's look at it from a legit, realistic standpoint, which a lot of people are attempting to do. And the question, obviously, is, why would WWE do this? Why would they put this statement out? Why would they take shots? Well, here's the reason. The reason being is because of the fact that they know that if Sasha tries to go elsewhere, like even if they still have her under contract and she tries to breach it, which would be a mistake on her part, and as many people would agree, because WWE will fight her even in court if they have to, and basically explain, hey, she breached this. The reason they're putting out this statement, the reason they took the shots the way they did, is because they know that if she tries to go elsewhere, not just in wrestling but entertainment, that it's going to make her look bad. And WWE is a very reliable, very prominent fixture in sports entertainment, both wrestling-wise and sports, professional sports-wise and wise, with wrestling, and entertainment-wise when it comes to Hollywood. So they, like Sasha, have connections. And if they make Sasha look bad by saying she did this, and the same with Naomi, then it's not going to look very well. It's not going to look very good for them. And anybody that they would try to do business with in Hollywood, in the entertainment world, or even maybe try to find a way to work with other promotions, they'll look at them and, like, in WWE's mind, they'll be like, why would we want to work with you? I mean, look what you did in WWE. You walked out because you didn't get what you wanted, so we don't want nothing to do with you. WWE putting out this statement. Again, if we look at this from a realistic, legit standpoint, WWE putting out this statement and doing what they did last night. A lot of people would say it makes them look bad. In a sense, it does. But they did it mainly because of the fact that they believe if they can make Naomi and Sasha look bad for what they did, being, unprofessional in their eyes, then it's going to basically deter any other potential suitors out there, if you catch my drift, from taking them on or bringing them on. And by doing this as well, it's WWE's way, and from their point of view, it's their way of basically trying to teach Naomi and Sasha a lesson. And that lesson is, hey, you signed this contract, you agreed to fulfill these obligations, and if we want you to do this signature you put on this contract, not just verbally, but visually, says that you agreed to do whatever we asked you to do, no matter what. And that's basically about it. That, by putting out the statement that they did, taking the shots that they did, they basically said, hey, Naomi, Sasha, you guys are great assets to the company and everything, but what you've done here is unprofessional. And if you think you're just gonna walk out on us and maybe try to go someplace else, think again, because we're gonna make sure anybody that you try to go to will not take you, because they won't be able to trust you because of what you did here. And that's a fact. That is an absolute fact. That is why any company will put out a statement. That's why any company will put out a statement like this, if you will. They will make statements like this. Even if you walk out and then maybe you let cooler heads prevail and you come back, they do it because they know, hey, you could go elsewhere and probably do better, or probably get what you want, or have better opportunities ahead of you. They do this to basically scare you. They do it to scare you and to teach you a lesson. And that lesson is, hey, like I mentioned earlier, that lesson is, hey, you agreed to do what we asked you to do when you signed this contract. So by you not living up to that agreement, it makes you look unprofessional. And not only does it make you look unprofessional in our eyes and in probably the fans' eyes, but it makes you look unprofessional in any potential future suitor or promotion or business, employer or whatever partner as well. And that's why they put out the statement. That's why they put the statement out when they did during Raw. That's why they took the shots that they did. They know what they're doing, whether we like it or not. So hopefully cooler heads do prevail. Naomi is Roman's cousin-in-law. She is essentially an extension of the bloodline. So hopefully Roman could cool the situation off and say, look, Naomi doesn't, and maybe Naomi might get a title run out of this. Maybe they might say, hey, look, let Naomi have a run at least till SummerSlam with the championship. Then Sasha have a run at least till SummerSlam with the championship, and then go from there. That's probably the best thing I can think of. Let them win the titles whenever they can, or whenever they're scheduled to. Let them have a run till SummerSlam, even if it's for a few weeks, and go from there. And that's it. That is it. So, again, hopefully cooler heads prevail. But like I said, the reason WWE did this, in my opinion, and I know I'm not the only one that believes this, is because of the fact that, just like any business, you put out a statement like this saying, hey, these people who are under employment to us, or who contractually signed to us and agreed to do whatever we asked them to do, by putting out the statement, they're saying live on the, and especially not live on the air, but during, essentially your A show, or what is one of your A shows, is not your flagship show. And as well as taking the shots that you do, it makes the people that did this, in that case being Sasha and Naomi, look really bad. And that's the last thing they want. Because again, WWE knows what they're doing. They're not stupid. They know that doing this, it's their way of scaring Sasha and Naomi and making them realize, okay, maybe we blew up too easily. Maybe we should have heard the guy out and everything. And that's it. But look, I'm not saying that Sasha and Naomi don't have a point in their arguments. I mean, these two are two of the top female talents that they have. Main event level, if you will. And yet they're put in a position to where it's like, yeah, you're both going to get a title shot individually at Hell in a Cell, and you're both going to lose. And I think, in my opinion, their thought process is, look, we're okay with one of us losing as long as the other can walk out with a championship. And that's it. So I think what happened is Naomi's like, look, I'm cool with not losing Naomi if I have to, but Sasha, you got to let her beat Ronda. You got to let her get a revenge on Ronda. And obviously that didn't happen. So we'll see what the next couple of days brings to the table. I do agree with Alex and many others. WWE is not going to let Sasha go because they know exactly what's going to happen if they do. They know exactly what's going to happen. And again, this does tie in my opinion, to the statement they put out. Because like I said, doing that during Raw, taking the shots that they did, that is a old school business tactic of basically putting fear into those that try to, basically stand up for what they believe in or try to get what they want. Because even though they might be in the right, it basically makes them look bad in the eyes of any potential business employers, partners, or suitors. So, again, hopefully things cool off. Hopefully Sasha will come to her, well, not come to her senses, but hopefully, she could be talking to coming back and maybe be like, okay, look, I get it, but can you, if I'm Sasha, this is what I do. I agree to come back, do the job to Ronda, but then I agree if I do the job to Ronda, let me turn heel, let me attack Ronda after the match, set up a rematch at SummerSlam, let me win the belt there, let me hold it to at least maybe, I don't know, Royal Rumble, and then Ronda can win it back and defend it at WrestleMania, which would make sense. You give Sasha a run with the belt, Ronda gets it back at Royal Rumble, you go from there. But we'll see what happens. Again, we'll see if cooler heads prevail, because again, Sasha has done this before, and she's usually come back because again, WWE doesn't want to lose her because they know exactly where she would probably go. So they'll basically okay, we'll give her what she wants, and that's what they did the last time, and that's probably what they're going to do this time. They're going to be like, okay, you want that run? Fine, you'll get it to Royal Rumble, but then you got to lose it back to Ronda, which again, I'm sure she won't have a problem with. And as far as Naomi goes, I think Naomi will get a run with the Raw Women's title if that happens. It's just going to take time. I don't know if they'll make her a heel when doing it, but hey, tying her in with the bloodline, finally, this might be one way of making that happen and going that route. But we'll see. But let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think WWE, knew what they were doing when they put out the statement, when they did last night, as well as taking the shots of when they did? Comment below, live chat during the premiere, like the video, use the super thanks after the premiere of the video to help donate there as well. Super chats and super stickers are also open. And until next time, guys, talk to you later.